I was born in Ukraine. To my mom and my dad.
Since we were young, chased by the sun, feeling the tide rise. Your blood is my blood, your skin is my skin. Sister, my half, my twin. Sometimes I wanna go back. Just wanted you to know that.
I can recall many distinct memories from as early as 2 years old. And I remember a lot from my life back then, even if my mom and I moved to Slovenia when I was 5 years old. You might think that that is too little time and too early in life to remember much. But I remember our first apartment. I remember lying in my cradle and looking up at my mom. I remember walking to the kindergarten in the morning from my grandma's house. I remember walking through the park with my dad. I remember falling in love and pronouncing it out loud for everyone to hear. It's different now, and the house we all used to gather in every year now lies empty. All of us moved away and the house is long sold. I often wonder if I'd be the same person if I never left. Would I be the same me? Would I have the same thoughts and interests? I think I realized early on that home is not a place, but the people you love and care for. And wherever they are, wherever you feel safe and loved, that's where home is.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth and good will come to you.
Mm-hmm. Бабушка, понести тебе?
Не-не-не. А они такие интересные, я далеко несла траву, и они уже бежали ко мне.
Они уже знали, я уже, ну, поняла, что они голодные.
Пошли налем водички хорошей, свеженькой водички налем. Не бойтесь, мои хорошие, не бойтесь. Так, водичка уже плохая. Я вот помойку. Так.
Вы уже сегодня нагулялись. Ты моя хорошая. Ты моя хорошая. Хорошая. Да. Ну, хорошая. Хорошая. О, вот он. Полетел. А только одна была.
А и курица наша.
Ай, курица.
Гони ее домой. Слышь отсюда, может ты тут несешься?
Сейчас
Нет.
найдем яйца.
Там, иди вон по той дорожке, там может быть взлетят.
Hey guys, so we're back from Ukraine and it feels like autumn has arrived because when we came back, we came like from 30 degrees Celsius or even more than that, and it was also 30 degrees Celsius here, and then within a week the temperatures just completely dropped to like 7 degrees Celsius in the morning, which is crazy, and there's actually snow in the mountains. It's September, like what even? What's happening? I certainly am not used to it snowing in September. It's been super windy as well, so I guess autumn arrived super early this year. Not that I'm in any way against that, because I love autumn and it's my favorite season, so I am quite excited actually. But it's kind of weird since everything is still green and there's already snow in the mountains. It kind of doesn't go together. My garden has seen some better days. I tried to tidy it up as much as I could before I left. I emptied out some beds either by harvesting things or just, you know, pulling things out that have already died down. And my partner's parents were kind enough to water it for me while I was gone. So the things that were growing are growing really well. However, yeah, I definitely have some patches that don't have anything growing in them, just because not every seed that I sowed actually sprouted. So there are a few gaps, and some of the beds are looking a bit scarce, but you know, what can you do? My rocket actually self-seeded, and I have a bunch of it now growing and ready to be put in a salad, and it's delicious, so I'm really happy about that. My zucchinis are yielding very nicely. It's a crop that I'll be planting again next year for sure. I've got some black turnips and some beets going, so like things that do well in colder temperatures and colder weather conditions. And yeah, my tomatoes were super overgrown, so I really had to severely cut them down. I've closed the doors and the windows of the greenhouse, so it's about 20 to 25 degrees Celsius in there right now, which is really good still, so I'm not too worried about the plants that are in there. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of making a whole video just dedicated to the garden and everything I did this year, everything I planted, how I did things, what I've learned, and what I'll be changing next year. I think that would be a really fun video to do, and I'm looking forward to making it. That's about all I wanted to say. Tomorrow's Monday, and yeah, I wish the weekend lasted a bit longer. I was just kind of adjusting to coming back. I think my soul kind of needed a bit more time to travel back from Ukraine, and yeah, it felt a little bit weird the first few days, but I think now I'm all in here and I'm okay. But yeah, I miss my dad. It was so nice to see him, and 2 weeks is just not enough to, you know, catch up and just be together. He was working as well, so it wasn't like the last few times where we could really be together every day and, you know, focus on each other. So yeah, it was a bit different in that regard. And also because of the war, things have definitely changed a lot. I'm not really gonna talk about that. It's just not something I want to talk about on my channel. But yeah, the effects of war are showing, and mainly on people, you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch some videos and wind down a little bit before I have to go to bed. And yeah, see you soon.
Дякую. Дякую, теж можете і мене сфоткати, і потім мені фотку відправити. Наверно, телеграм не помню на кого. Телеграм на другому номері.
So I'm making pumpkin soup for dinner today and some crispy kale chips, and also I picked this tomato yesterday, which is a very special tomato because I grew it from heirloom seeds that have been harvested from a tomato plant which has been growing for 400 years. So it's a very special tomato and I will put it in a salad probably. They've actually grown really well, which I didn't expect, because the seeds were sitting for about 2 years and I was afraid that they weren't gonna germinate, but they germinated just fine. And yeah, I grew some really nice heirloom tomatoes this year, so, and they're really good as well, and big and meaty, so it's a really nice sort, and I saved some seeds for next year as well to grow them and to keep this seed growing for a long time to come and pass it on to future generations. So that makes me really excited. I just put my pumpkin in the oven and I'm gonna bake it, and then and I'm gonna make the base for my soup and then add the baked pumpkin into it. I like to bake my pumpkin before it goes into the soup because I feel like it adds even more flavor than if I just put it into the water to boil. So I did that, and yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the pumpkin to bake, and then I'm gonna put in my kale as well. dreams nasibah.
Правда, бо... Нормально, водою забузарі. Єп. А мене спрашуєш? Сагочка Грим. We were here so many times and every time it was different.